tell that they didn't play together on a regular basis, but lo and behold, we saw some pretty nasty combos from those two. But they earned their place in winners final, going up against Dare Bear and Via Share. But until then, we move on to losers quarterfinals. We're getting k80 and Luna, that interesting Isabel Kirby duo, going up against FreeFries and JoJoScout.
Well, I'm interested to see some more of that. Like I said, k80, you know, kind of taking the spotlight a little bit just because of the nature of their team dynamic. But k80 was finding some sweet hits with Kirby, really getting in there and finding like smash attacks, hammer hits, big swings, while Luna was playing a pretty fantastic support from the mid-range with the Isabel. So I'm excited to see that dynamic a little bit more and see how they can sort of improvise on a very different team dynamic than they've seen so far.
Yeah. Winner of this one is going to go on to face off against Gator and Spots KH.
Okay.
So that's, I don't know what exactly we're going to be seeing from this matchup. I can tell you, we've already seen quality from these two teams. I think that FreeFries and JoJoScout had trouble getting anything going against the sheer power.
Right. That was kind of where we saw Gator and Spots run away with that aggression. We really saw the Kazuya and the Incineroar kind of do their thing. So now that this is a very different dynamic coming with the Kirby and the Isabel, maybe it will be a little more comfortable for them and we can see a little bit of a back and forth. Because I know that I wouldn't be ready if I just saw my opponents lock in two heavyweights, two big heavy hitters. That's a huge dynamic and not exactly one they are used to normally. So this might be a little more of the regular sort of hit and run, you know, death by 1,000 cuts, as you mentioned. We'll see how it plays out, though. k80 can be a little wild with it, too.
We'll see if we get the controller issues sorted out here in the meantime. It's that's never a good sign. You got to think that there's maybe some bad juju happening there. Okay, wait a second. No, it's got solved. And it dissipates.
It's called Bluetooth.
Yeah,
that's
for real. Yeah. And I was just like, they in sumo they kind of like throw salt into the ring to like ward away.
We should do that with the stick.
We really should do that with Smash. Just like go up, like toss the salt out.
Let Skiff know. He'd be down.
Absolutely. You know what? We were talking about it. Like if there's an E-Honda man in Street Fighter or something, just like you got to come in with some salt, right?
They might not let us back
Slap
at the venue, but
shout out Skip, by the way, in the sumo server.
Oh, yeah, big fan.
Oh, yeah. No, we got into sumo at about the same time, too.
Oh, gosh,
like independently of each other. But he made the server, so he gets the credit. He deserves it.
He did the hard work of the two-step process of making the Discord server.
Exactly. You know what? Really pulling the weight for everyone.
Right,
So, gonna get the... okay, let's get the same color. There we go.
Yep, got the tags. We have the tags locked in, or they don't play... Okay. This might be a problem. We'll see.
We'll figure this out. Either way, Pikachu and PT against Kirby and Isabel. Okay, one team I'd say is a little more conventional than the other, but I mean, Ivysaur, you already know, going to be jumping and nairing a lot. That Ivysaur nair is the best worst move in the game.
Right. Yeah, it was phenomenal right there. Really good way to open it up, kind of take control of that center stage, but it kind of does what it wants in certain aspects, and definitely in certain times. You want it to work one way, it kind of works the other way, but still, good move when it matters. And they're still making it happen here. Green team taking a pretty decent amount of damage, but it's mostly on JoJo, who can, frankly, take a little bit more damage with that Charizard. Ooh.
And the fact that Pokemon Trainer comes with its own, oh no, I need to get at a disadvantage button.
Right.
Certainly helps, especially when you got Pikachu delivering some of those heavy hits. And my goodness, when you have a weapon like Flare Blitz, you already know you're in for a good time. Nice back air.
Yeah.
Take a shot.
Really good pick up. You can't say it, man.
Yeah. I mean, they did take a shot with that back air. I don't know what you thought I meant, but it's at 117%. This Isabel, again, doing a decent job, perhaps taking a page out of Dare Bear's book, keeping away from the action as much as you possibly can on FD.
Right, exactly. Still playing at that mid-range, threatening some options, finally getting a little too close for that Thunder to connect. Evens it up at 4 stocks apiece, but the percent on k80 is definitely something we're going to have to watch out for. We've seen k80 hold on to these stocks when it matters, and it definitely will start mattering soon. I like the idea there, trying to put some pressure at the ledge with that Lloyd. And another Flare Blitz finding the mark.
Look at, Bad news, Kirby. Fire is indeed effective against grass. So that's on you. I don't know, but that's going to be one remaining stock. 3 on that side, 4 on the other. Did I say 4? I meant 3.
Yeah.
And again, they're just flying off the board now. Isabel with the back air connecting, and as you would expect it to on Charizard. Nevertheless, some precision gameplay, surprisingly so considering the chaotic nature of doubles.
Yeah, they are definitely a little bit all over the place, just scrapping and scrambling here in these 2 1v1s. I like k80 trying to mix it up a little bit, help out the teammate over on the right-hand side, but now green team with the center stage here. Pikachu not making it back, though. FreeFries falling just a little short with that quick attack after the Thunder throws them off stage.
And now it's a tall task to have to take 3 stocks. You're already a decent way there, all things considered. You get the KO on k80. You're not doing too poorly for yourself. But it's going to get, that fishing rod is an awfully effective weapon, and all of a sudden it's a 1v1 Luna with a decisive advantage. We'll see how this Isabel does. We have seen this character succeed at certain levels before. Certainly Mr. Zircon, the prime example of that. You got to think that Luna has taken a page from their book at the very least.
Yeah, looks like it so far. I like that down special to cover that roll-on option. Going to have to jump in. Does somehow find a way around all of those aerials and the trap as well. And these throws are going to be some big damage, 30 to 50, but you cannot make many mistakes. Already 123 in that fishing rod, almost spelling doom. Oh, so tense.
Got to keep range. That Vine Whip going to come in handy. You got to think against an aerial-bound character like Isabel. Looking for the flare blitz, but the slingshot coming through clutch. You got to think, if you're the Isabel, you're really wishing that you had bowling ball and the back air going to take it from Zard. If you have fallen victim to Zard back air, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Call the toll-free number at the end of the stream.
I would go to the TL right now, point at my palm. I want to refund.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
This is unacceptable.
Yeah.
We can't be
Run the
having
clip,
this.
yeah. That was so unfortunate, too. They had a pretty solid lead, but the way that fishing rod interacted, you don't want to wait, right? Because there's a prospect that you can throw your teammate, they survive, and you make it back. But unfortunately, the fishing rod took the stock from your teammate, left you in the cooldown frames to get hit by the flare blitz, and then you had to reset. And Pokemon Trainer just has so many tools in that matchup. Really solid options from JoJo. Finally getting a chance to shine in this set.
Yeah, and JoJo, you got to think just the call out for the Nair. It's like that is we got to set the tone. We got to figure this out because. What you had going on ain't going to happen again. We ain't going to have you jumping around. Those platforms exist for a reason, and that is for this Pikachu. And you got to think at some point an up smash from Zard. Right. But that's prime real estate for them. That's his team. That's just putting a baseball on the tee.
Ooh, okay, Zard gonna make it back eventually here with the flare blitz, which comboed spectacularly into the preemptive down special. Good pickup and a nice hammer hit from k80 right there to try and even up the stocks.
5 stocks apiece, and you got to think that 2 more are coming in quick succession. JoJo and k80 at the door of the KO and drill and into the F smash. I mean, k80 with these confirms, absolutely nutty before seeding that first stock. But k80, just the reaper of souls on small battlefield.
Yeah, like I said, k80 is always finding those big hits. We saw it right there. The hammer hit was phenomenal. And finding the stocks when it matters, honestly. They were kind of getting to that point where the deficit would have just been mounting up. But keep it even right now. Percents nearly dead even as well. Phenomenal stuff right now. 4 stocks across the board. And they're definitely looking for some big hits still.
The down air and looking for your F smash to maybe catch the recovery, but k80 again timing it relatively well. Seems to be doing a pretty decent job at reading the movements and adapting, which considering this is doubles is no small feat.
Right, exactly. It's so hectic. So to be able to find those opportunities definitely speaks volumes. A fantastic dash attack off of the ledge. Not going to be able to make it back. The flare blitz kind of puts you in a bad spot right there, but only a little dash attack punish. Probably a decent trade, but the up smash, fantastic option from Luna. Taking that stock, and now green team on the back foot here. 1 stock apiece. But if they can get this stock off the blue team, could be a very even game. Fantastic timing on that back air.
gotta love what you're seeing there. And the F smash eventually going to take the stock. JoJo is going to make her exit off of the bottom of the blast zone, but as you're seeing here, FreeFries not exactly out of it, but man, you got to deal with 2 fresh stocks. This is rough. You just really got to hope that you're able to give yourself some space, which off the stage does not count.
Exactly. It's going to be tough. Pikachu does have the tools to do it, but one big swing like that Thunder, and blue team will be there to capitalize. Big pickup from Luna to take another game here and even it back up.
And it was a well-fought effort. Certainly, I think the counter pick worked.
Yes.
Where you're just able to cause a little bit more chaos. You have the things to potentially deal with whatever this team is throwing at you, the Pikachu and the PT. And maybe the key is to switch over to the Zard a little bit more so that you're able to perhaps utilize even just Nair, something like that. As long as you're able to control the space. We did see that a little bit with Ivy Nair, but anything that you're able to dominate the aerial space, keep them on the ground so that Pikachu is able to just go in and out and box them.
I do see, though, the Zard being an issue just because you have such a big hurt box running into so many of the Isabelle aerials.
Sure.
Which we did see a little bit. But I think you do have a good point. The Zard was pretty key in a couple of big moments to pick those stocks with those early back airs or the flare blitzes, as we saw earlier as well. That could be the difference. Right now, Ivysaur is doing work.
You have to think looming in the back of Luna and k80's mind is the fact that that back air from such a long range got that confirming KO in game number 1 to win them that, to get them that point. So k80 and Luna certainly on the lookout for this big fiery beast, but not enough right into the face of Isabelle. That is going to leave a mark, and 5 stocks to 6 now as this Zard is just swinging away. Goodness me.
I take it all back, Stu. You were so right. The Zard was the key already. We're seeing exactly why. So many big hits and another flare blitz. Although these aren't taking the stocks, so much damage is getting tacked on.
Buddy, who needs a key when you have a battering ram? That flare blitz, utterly ridiculous. And finally seeding that first stock. Ivysaur going to do a little bit of work as Luna already on their last one. FreeFries just losing their first stock. And you gotta say, we were talking a lot about JoJo and the damage that they were doing. FreeFries, the ability to move in and out, and again, just ticky-tacky death by 1,000 cuts damage, that seems to be the key. I mean, she sets him up, JoJo knocks him down.
Exactly, yeah. FreeFries has been tacking on the damage as well, even incidentally, right there, stuff like that. T-Jolt kind of interrupting the interaction on the left side, really good stuff, and it does add up. Even right there, sneaking in another very important hit. Luna out of stocks, and k80 can't really spare him right now. 135 on the second. Gotta watch out. Dash attack will do it, and now blue team on the last stock, and what a change of pace.
Yeah, seriously, from that game number 2, and you gotta think that having a little bit more of an open area is not benefiting k80, who has done quite well in those 2v1 situations. We saw her take it before on PS2 earlier on. But FreeFries and JoJoScout, is this just too much of a gap to make up? The answer is yes. JoJoScout off the head of the Charizard, headering that like Zidane, and that is going to be a 4-stock victory and 2-1 to win the set.
What a wild story that set tells. From game 1 to game 3, I never know who was. I had no idea who was going to take it, but I think we really got to see JoJo shine. And like you said, FreeFries was tacking on a lot of damage, but we didn't really get to see JoJo shine in that winner's side set, but we definitely made up for it in this one, finding so many big hits, the flare blitzes, the up air at the end even, and some up smashes to catch a lot of the landing options that we saw, like the cutter from Kirby getting beat out by that. Really important stuff, and it made all of the difference in that game 3.
Yeah, and got to think, moving on to face off against Spots and Gator, it's this is a little bit of a measure of revenge, you got to think, because Spots and Gator took him out pretty decisively with that Kazuya and Cinnamoroar combo to kick off the stream. So I don't know what adaptations do you think they could possibly make from that set to this upcoming one on their part?
I think half of it has got to be comfortability. That was the first set that they had for the day. They were just sitting down. I don't know exactly how warmed up they were, how that synergy was playing, but I think we saw in that last set that the synergy is definitely working out. They're playing much better together than they were previously, and they have to bring that newfound confidence into the set because they have some heavy hitters staring them down on the other side. And it's going to be tough because they didn't have any time to shine in that winner's set because Gator and Spots were just pedal to the metal all of the way.
And you got to think. This is your reminder to disconnect your Pro controllers.
Yeah.
So you got to think that the key for this one would be FreeFries.
Right.
Because, again, you're talking about heavy hitters. What is it that you're usually sacrificing for power? Speed, mobility, the ability to maybe get in and out, control the neutral that way, unless you're doing it through something like Incineroar Side B, which, I mean, that's still a massive frame commitment.
Right,
so
right.
Pikachu not having to do that, a little bit more control over that, I mean, that has to be the difference. I don't really know if you're going to be seeing Pikachu taken to the sky all that much, perhaps for like for back air just to clear everything out, but I don't know. I mean, anything to be able to set up JoJo and that PT so that they can start fighting fire with fire, quite figuratively and literally.
Yeah. And I think as much as the Charizard was the star of the show last set, I think maybe Squirtle could probably make an appearance in this